What is up, Hive? So today I'm outside and I was considering a little bit what to talk about. And I wanted to talk a little bit about why I think Hex may be number one crypto in maybe just a few years. Now, this is not something that may have to happen, but I've been studying Hex for many hours, many days. I followed it almost for a year, the project, and almost looked at every single video about it. And the more I listened to it and the more I kind of researched it, it kind of seems like it has everything it needs to potentially become the number one crypto, and basically do a flippening event with Bitcoin, and do a flippening event with XRP, and do a flippening event with Ethereum. So the core reason why I think this may be happening is quite simple, actually, and that is because it's innovating. Hex is innovating because it can pay, or it pays interest to stakers instead of miners. So it rewards holders even more than Bitcoin. You may say, for example, we have these great DPoS systems. So these DPoS systems with the curation, I think they give around 20 to 30% per year just by curating. So that one is higher, but I think, and they are still going to be around. But I think that if you want to do something that grows massively, you need to figure out ways to bring in massive economic mass. And it seems like with the share rate system with Hex, that they kind of have figured out maybe how to perfect the game theory, how to make massive economic mass and bring them to one token. And Hex is an Ethereum token, and it's kind of cool that it's built on Ethereum, because you can do like everything with Ethereum. It's running with the Solidity code, and you can do a lot of things with Solidity. A lot of people also then have made a ton of mistakes and lost a lot of money with Ethereum. But since a lot of people have tested a lot with Ethereum, it's like a lot of mistakes has already been done. So now people kind of know what works and what doesn't work. Of course, new problems can arise. So why can it maybe do a flippening and pass Bitcoin? Because like to produce these new Hex tokens, it's so much cheaper than produce a Bitcoin. I think it costs around $3,000 to produce one Bitcoin. That's a lot, and it burns a lot of electricity, and it's pretty wasteful. And Bitcoin is 10 years in, and it still doesn't pay any interest, and it can't pay interest. So, and that's kind of like the main thing that's kind of missing with Bitcoin. And they can never like implement it, or maybe they can but then they have to reprogram everything. Then you also have other things, for example, that Hex, which is built on Ethereum, on top of Ethereum, that also means that you get the speed. So for example, you can do many transactions below a minute, moving Hex from one Ethereum account address to another. While with Bitcoin, one verification can take around 10 minutes. And you need like sometimes 6 verification. That can take up to an hour. And the only kind of token that I see right now that has like master game theory with the share rate system and with the stake system, and the penalties if you unstake early. The only projects that seems to be working on this right now, and that has kind of perfected it from what I've seen following this project for around 100 days, it seems like Hex is the only one that's kind of solving these things of how you bring in economic mass to one system. Now, better systems may come in the future, and I would love to try them out and like hear about them, but at the moment I haven't heard about them. And the more I studied the game theory with Hex, it just seems like it's the best one. And I I don't see how it can fail really, because they really have like looked at every possible angle and like every possible potential problem, and it seems like they really got covered everything. So that's why I think that potentially in the next couple of years, Hex may be the #1 crypto, just by looking at the market cap. Okay, there are other ways to measure cryptos, but if we look at the market cap, for me personally, it seems like Hex can be the #1 crypto. At the moment, it's top 74 crypto in market cap, and that's only 100 days in, and it's only a 30x away from XRP, which makes it top 3 crypto in market cap. A 30x may sound a lot, but in crypto that's not really that much. It happens all the time. Or at least that has happened with 10 plus coins. So, and then like if you become #3 crypto, you can probably become #1, because usually something that has momentum tends to keep going, from what I've seen. So yeah, I really think that Hex can become the #1 crypto, and I don't see how it can fail. Like, and I really try to play the devil's advocate, like how can this fail? Maybe if math fails or something like that, maybe if a better project comes, but I don't see anyone working on a better project. Everything else seems just worse and mediocre. And sure, maybe they pay 7% interest in stablecoin, but you don't have the share rate, so you don't get that scarcity effect, and you also don't get paid on FUD. So if there is Hex FUD and people unstake early, the stakers that hold get rewarded more for loyalty. So they have like loyalty game theory also. So it's like, it's very interesting to me to study Hex and like to follow that project, because it really seems like it can do a flippening. And it seems like a lot of people may be caught by surprise by that, because it goes pretty quick. Like a couple of weeks ago, I thought it was like top 150 coin. Now it's like top 74 coin. It's not that far off from top 30 coin, and then probably we're gonna see top 10 coin. And then if it gets in people's head that, oh my god, it's gonna do a flippening, even more psychological movement and momentum is gonna happen in Hex direction, and it just seems like it's gonna cause more FOMO. So that's just a theory. It doesn't have to happen, you know, but it kind of seems like it may happen. And this space, if you go back, look a couple of years, they had other coins in the top 10, and it's like, it's always changing, you know. So yeah, it's kind of interesting and fascinating to follow and study the Hex project. So yeah, that's what I want to talk a little bit about today. Have a great day, and yeah, bye bye.